Hi class, I'm making this video to give you some help to prepare for Chapter 7's homework. And Chapter 7 is about stock valuation, and the model we use in this chapter is dividend growth model. Sorry, it's the wrong one. This is 2018 semester when I was teaching this class on campus. This is the website. You can use it as a reference. So for stock valuation and the model we use, because the only information we can get is just dividend. So we can assume dividend growth rate is constant. So if we make this assumption, and dividend will be known. So each year's dividend will be increasing at the constant rate of G. And if we also know the discount rate or the stock returns based on how risky it is, so we can calculate the stock price because dividends are known and for this company, and discount rate is also known. So we discount the dividend so we can figure out the stock price. Since we assume the G is constant, so this equation would become this one. So this is how to derive this dividend growth model. So now we can use this dividend growth model to calculate stock price. So stock price equals to the next period dividend over R minus G. R is stock return, G is the growth rate. You can find this model at the website. The constant dividend growth model is this one, dividend growth model in the website. For the non-constant, if the dividend growth rate is non-constant, you can use this calculator. It's called non-constant growth stock calculation. Okay, so to use this model, to use this calculator, what you need to do is it says free cash flow, but you just think this is dividend. For example, dividend for the next period is $2, and the growth rate, for example, for this company is 30% next year, and then slows down to 20% 2 years from now. And for example, after year 3, and dividend growth rate will be constant. It's let's say 6%. And year 4, because we assume it's constant growth rate after year 3, so you don't need to put information for year 4. And required return is based on how risky the stock is. Let's assume it's 12%, and then you can calculate. So this is the stock price. The equation is it's just based on the stock dividend. You figure out the stock dividend, and also you use the dividend growth model. You use both of them to calculate the stock price. Okay, if we need to use this calculator, I'll provide further explanations. Now let's look at the homework. So the first question, 7.2, and this question give you the dividend, and also give you the dividend is expected to be paid. So this is D1 here. D1 is $1.50, and the growth rate G it's also given. So a discount rate or required rate of return of the stock is given. So we can plug in the model, and the model is just D1 over R minus G, so equals to 1.5 over 13% minus 6%. This one is easy. The second one, the current stock price is given. This is P0, and D0 is $1.20. So this is D0. and G is 10%, and asking for how much is P1. Since the stock price increases at the rate of G every year, just like the stock, just like the dividend. So the next period stock price should be G% higher than P0. P1 equals to P0 multiplied by 1 plus G. So it should equal to 22 times 1 plus 10%. So this is P1. To calculate the R, since we know P equals to D1 over R minus G, so we can derive the R equation based on this. And so this is a equation to calculate the return. So equals to 1.2. This is 1.2 is D0. So we should calculate D1. This is D1. Divided by 22 plus 10%. Note that D1 equals to D0 times 1 plus G. And P1 equals to P0 times 1 plus G. So this is this question. So for 7.4, the stock, this is a preferred stock. Preferred stock dividend is $5. The price is $50. The preferred stocks is different to the stocks because the shareholders will be receiving a constant dividend. So there's no growth rate for the dividend. So if it's a constant dividend, so the equations would be different. The equations for stock price or value equals to dividend over return. So return of preferred stock should equals to dividend divided by value. So the equation is pretty simple. 7. Question number 7. This is asking you to calculate the values of the firm. The growth rate is constant. It's asking you for the values of year 2018. To calculate the year, we can just consider, even though this is free cash flow, but the math equations is the same. So it's just like the firm value, just like think about this is a stock price, should equals to free cash flow is just like dividend of the next period divided by 1 R minus G. So this is the equation. So if you discount the free cash flow, you get the firm value. If you discount the dividend, you get the stock price. So we should use 2000. This is asking for 2018's stock price. So we need to use, since it's 2018's stock price, we cannot use the 2018 because we should use 2018's free cash flow. So we should use free cash flow of 2000 and we should use free cash flow of 2018 times 1 plus G. G is divided by r minus g. Yeah. Well, let me continue. Let me just stop here, and I'll continue working on this question in the next video. Thank you for watching.